How did you go about choosing which survivors' stories you wanted to tell? Because you guys were very adamant about how inspiring Jessica and Patrick were yesterday. So how did you choose which survivors?
We approached several different survivors, and it wasn't like any one survivor had a more interesting story or was any more or less compelling, but we, through our contacts at 60 Minutes, 60 Minutes is a producer on the film, and they had already done a fair amount of outreach in the community for some 60-minute segments that they had done on the bombing and on the survivors. So they had some relationships, and based upon those relationships, we reached out to different survivors, and some were very interested, some were less interested, and we settled, on the folks that we did pick, the Wolfingtons and Patrick and Jessica Downs, amongst others, because they were very comfortable with us, and their stories were certainly quite compelling.
And what is it like yesterday? Ed Davis said they got it right and saying he learns something every time he sees the film. And Jessica was talking about how you guys made her realize something beautiful about that whole experience that she didn't even realize herself. What does it mean for you guys hearing that from people who were affected by this?
Well, hearing Jess and Patrick speak really kind of reaffirms and validates what our initial reaction to the story was and our desire to tell it, and what the ultimate message of the movie is, that love is far more powerful than any of these hateful acts. And with Ed, I mean, it's just nice to know that, we wouldn't compromise. We were committed to being as accurate as possible, but it's always nice when you hear that coming from them, because the expectations were very high.
And Maria Menounos is my boss, and so on her behalf, do you think that the Patriots can get to the Super Bowl without Gronk?
Yes, I do. It's always the next guy's got to step up and do your job, and they've got a lot of weapons, so absolutely.
So you're confident in them?
I am 100%.
Okay.